Singaporeans, let me ask you, how confident are you about retirement? Wah, last time Kopi only $1. Now Kopio Kosong already $1.30. Chai Fun also more expensive, MRT fares keep rising, and don't even talk about hospital bills. Everything going up except our pay. And here's the scary part. Prudential just did a financial future poll for SG60, and the results show that 3 out of 4 Singaporeans are worried about retirement, but many still have no proper plan. Stay with me till the end of this video because I'm going to show you how to build a Singapore dividend portfolio with banks, REITs, and defensives that can pay you steady income for life. And if you want more Singaporeans to learn how to protect their future, smash that like button so YouTube can push this video out to more people. Also, subscribe to Wealth for You for simple and practical guides to financial freedom. Quick disclaimer before we start. This video is for education and entertainment only, not financial advice. I'm sharing my views and research as a fellow investor. Always do your own due diligence or consult a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Chapter 1. What Singaporeans Really Think. The Prudential SG60 Survey. In July 2025, Prudential surveyed 1,000 Singapore residents aged 17 to 67 about their financial future, and the results really struck me. 3 out of 4 Singaporeans said they are worried about the rising cost of living. More than half are anxious about how they'll pay for healthcare as they grow older. And about half feel their income simply cannot keep up with expenses. Now, let's look at the different generations. Gen Zs, age 16 to 28, are actually the most optimistic. 51% believe they will retire well. That's higher than millennials, age 29 to 43 at 45%, and Gen X's, age 44 to 54 at just 38%. But here's the catch. Even though Gen Zs are hopeful, 72% admit they don't have any retirement plan yet. Most of them say, "I'll plan later, when I start working or when I earn more." Then we come to baby boomers, aged 55 and above. And this is where things get sobering. A huge 94% said they would have done things differently if they could go back in time. On average, they wish they had started planning 20 years earlier, at age 28 instead of waiting till 40. Their biggest regrets? Not building stronger financial habits, delaying investing, and spending unnecessarily when they were younger. The lesson is crystal clear. Optimism is good, but optimism without a plan doesn't pay your bills in retirement. The earlier you start, the more compounding works in your favor. And if we don't want to repeat the same regrets as our parents' generation, the best time to act is now, not later. Chapter 2. The Rich Think Differently. Mindset Shifts. So after looking at the survey, the big question is, what's the solution? How do we avoid the same regrets? The answer lies in shifting the way we think about money. Most of us see our paycheck as the main prize. But here's the truth. A paycheck is like a treadmill. The moment you stop running, the income stops too. The rich think differently. They build assets that never sleep, machines that keep working for them whether they're on holiday, sick in bed, or even retired. For Singaporeans, this could be DBS shares paying dividends, Ascendas REIT distributing rental income, or even CPF LIFE giving you monthly payouts till the end of your life. Next, money itself should never be the end goal. Many people here celebrate a bonus by buying a flashy car or upgrading their lifestyle. But the wealthy see money as a tool, something to build freedom and more assets. Imagine, instead of spending your bonus on a depreciating car, you put it into a REIT ETF. One choice locks you into years of expenses, the other creates a pipeline of income that grows quietly in the background. Another big shift? Stop trading hours for dollars. Every one of us only has 24 hours in a day. If you tie your income to your hours, there's a hard ceiling. But when you own assets, banks, REITs, or even a diversified portfolio, your money is scaling for you. Dividends can flow into your account while you sleep, while you're eating chai fun, even while you're on a beach holiday. And finally, let your money work harder than you. Leaving cash in a savings account earning 0.5% is like having a lazy worker who hides at the coffee shop all day. But when you deploy that cash into REITs, dividend ETFs or dividend stocks, suddenly every dollar becomes an employee hustling 24/7 on your behalf. That's the real mindset shift. Stop seeing money as a finish line. Start seeing it as your worker, your pipeline, your machine. Once you do, your future stops depending on how many hours you can work and starts depending on how well your money can work for you. Chapter 3. First Principles. Cash flow beats bragging rights. Now let's get down to the golden rule of investing, something every Singaporean should remember. Cash flow always beats bragging rights. Too many people get seduced by hype. Maybe you've seen someone on TikTok shouting about a stock that will 10 times, or a friend telling you about the next Tesla, or some hot crypto coin. It's exciting, it feels chic, but here's the problem. Chasing hype usually ends in disappointment, because when you lose money, the math works against you. If your portfolio drops by 50%, you don't just need a 50% recovery. You need a 100% gain just to get back to where you started. That's why protecting your downside is the single most important thing you can do. Don't lose big, and the compounding will take care of the rest. This is where many Singaporeans fall into a trap. We love to compare. Whose portfolio is bigger? Who made more on that hot stock? Who's driving the Continental car? But remember, paper bragging doesn't pay your kopi or your hospital bills. Cash flow does. True wealth is quiet. It's the dividends that keep dropping into your account quarter after quarter, the CPF interest that compounds year after year. And here's the truth. You don't need to hit home runs. You don't need the next 10 times stock. What you need is to avoid big mistakes and let compounding do the heavy lifting. It's like MRT construction. Slow, steady, and sometimes a bit boring. But once it's built, the trains keep running for decades. So don't worry if your journey feels a bit slow compared to others. Remember, in investing, the tortoise really does beat the hare. Slow, steady, and consistent always wins the race. Chapter 4. How to build a Singapore dividend portfolio. All right, enough theory. Let's put this into practice and talk about how to actually build a dividend portfolio in Singapore that can pay you, not just for a few years, but for life. Think of your portfolio like a good hawker center meal. You don't just want one dish, you want balance. Your rice, your curry chicken, and maybe some chili crab if you're lucky. First, we have the dividend giants, the banks, DBS, UOB, OCBC. These are the durian trees of Singapore investing. Once they're mature, they keep dropping fruit season after season. They are MAS regulated, backed by strong balance sheets, and consistently grow their dividends. When you own a slice of these banks, you're owning part of Singapore's financial backbone. Next, we add the cash flow machines, the blue-chip REITs. Think Ascendas REIT, Mapletree Logistics Trust, and CapitaLand Integrated Commercial Trust. These REITs own the malls you shop in, the warehouses that store your online shopping, and even the data centers powering your Netflix and TikTok. And by law, REITs must pay out 90% of their income, which means they're literally designed to send cash into your pocket every quarter. But every strong portfolio also needs stability, which is where the defensives come in. ComfortDelGro, Singtel, Sembcorp. These are the companies that provide everyday services Singaporeans cannot live without: transport, telco, and energy. Rain or shine, recession or boom, people still take the bus, use their phones, and switch on the aircon. Defensives may not give you explosive growth, but they keep your portfolio steady through every economic cycle. And finally, your safety net. CPF Life is your rice, the guaranteed foundation that will always be there. Dividends from banks and REITs? That's your chai fun dishes and chili crab, the tasty extras that make retirement enjoyable. And to cushion everything, you have SSBs and T-bills, your financial mattress. They may not be exciting, but they are safe, reliable, and always there to catch you when markets get rough. Put all of this together, and what do you have? A Singapore dividend portfolio that works like a well-balanced meal. Satisfying, resilient, and built to last a lifetime. So the next time you think about retirement, don't just dream about hitting a lucky jackpot stock. Build your plate carefully, with banks, REITs, defensives, and your safety net. That's how you create a cash flow portfolio that will keep feeding you forever. Final thoughts. Your future starts now. So here's the bottom line. The Prudential survey makes one thing clear. Singaporeans are worried about retirement, and rightly so. Cost of living, healthcare, income not keeping up, these are real challenges. But worry alone doesn't change anything. Action does. Retirement planning is not about chasing the next penny stock, crypto coin, or 10 times hype. It's about building steady pipelines of cash flow that pay you for life. Think about it this way. You're 65 sipping kopi at your favorite hawker center. Instead of a WhatsApp from your boss, you get an SMS from SGX telling you your dividends just got credited. That, my friends, is true financial freedom in Singapore style. Start small, stay consistent, and let your money work harder than you. Remember, it's not about being paper rich, owning a big house on paper, or showing off a luxury car. It's about being cash flow rich, having income that pays your bills, funds your lifestyle, and gives you peace of mind for decades to come. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your biggest retirement worry today? Leave me a comment below. I'd love to read your thoughts. And if this video gave you value, do me a favor. Hit that like button so more Singaporeans can learn how to build a dividend income portfolio. Don't forget to subscribe to Wealth for You and press the notification bell so you never miss an update. Because financial freedom is not about luck. It's about building pipelines today for dignity, choice, and freedom tomorrow.